Hi, I'm Jane Fudge. I started here 1984-1985 as a volunteer, and at that time I was mother to 3 children under the age of 10. And I celebrated my volunteer time here from a perspective of a very busy mom who found it very peaceful being at Dalnavert, and everything was in its right place. I had been very active in community since about the year 1979, and I started off as an organizer for the Heart and Stroke Fund. So I was quite at ease cold calling people, making requests for others to volunteer, and that experience certainly motivates confidence, and I felt that I had something to share by way of volunteer time here. So I contacted the museum and I offered my help. Between then and 1987, Kathleen Richardson and Kathleen Campbell nurtured me onto the management committee. The 2 Kathleens, for all of their larger community experience, were great mentors to me. And when I explained that I had 3 children that I would like to bring to management committee meetings, if I could stick them in a corner with coloring books, they were fine with that. So I'm extremely grateful to those 2 ladies. They were wonderful mentors and encouragers to me, and I'm grateful for that. In 1987, my spouse chose to embark on a new adventure, taking us into rural Manitoba, so I had to say goodbye because there's no way I was going to commute. In the intervening years, I followed what was happening at the museum at a distance. In 2001, when I moved back to the city, I have been in contact with several different organizations that I'd had previous involvement with. And all those contacts immediately asked me if I would come back. It was a difficult time in my life, and it was extremely affirming. And it was very easy to slide back in here, because once you've been comfortable giving tours at Dalnavert, it's as if it's tucked in the back of your memory. And so I've continued to embellish with sidebar stories my tours over time, and I get great delight meeting people, advocating for Dalnavert. I'm sure the earliest picture in my family album tied to here is of my eldest daughter, who's now in her 40s, as a 4 or 5-year-old, dressed in apparel of the time period of Dalnavert on the front steps. And to this day, it is great joy for me to say that my children still enjoy reminiscing about coming with Mom to Dalnavert, and now my grandchildren are regularly coming to enjoy the volunteer party tied to decorating the tree in the parlor. It is a particular delight to me to work with the volunteers and staff here, and I think it's a very sharing experience, and I hope that volunteers in the future get that same sense of community that this museum offers. And I hope that we are able to translate that feeling to the larger community.